It is Friday, March 4th, and it's time for another day of sports talk. Appreciate y'all for pulling up to the Windy City Breeze, man. The Windy City Breeze Sports Talk live. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do this every single day, and it starts right now. Appreciate y'all for showing love, man. A lot of topics on the show today. Gotta get into this Bulls team. Why can't we just have fun? Let's get into this Bulls team, man. On today's episode, gonna be talking about, is just bringing back Alex Caruso really gonna fix all the Bulls' problems? Is it really? Then, of course, you know we got to preview Bucks and Bulls. And is how today's game, this is from Rick Barry, he said, how today's game is officiated is what has created so many stars. Is that for real? Is that facts? And now the news that Amari Cooper might be on the move. Could he be in a Bears jersey by the beginning of next season? All that and more on the Windy City Breeze live. Appreciate you guys for pulling up, man. This is the only channel that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Shout out to y'all. Y'all thought I was going to freestyle, didn't you? Y'all thought the freestyle was coming, didn't you? You don't get it for free. You don't get it for free. How y'all feeling today, man? It's a beautiful day outside. Supposed to be 70 this weekend. Who's barbecuing this weekend? Who's barbecuing in Chicago this weekend? Dog? You know what I'm saying? I guess the better question is, who's not barbecuing in Chicago this weekend? Because you already know. Chicago gonna be lit this weekend, dog. You already know. Hey, Sweet Baby Ray barbecue sauce is sold out right now. Stop playing with it. You already know how Chicago's gonna get down, man. Y'all already know how we do. We don't know how to act when it's warm outside. You know what we gonna be doing? Big kicking it. Whole family's coming through. Y'all already know how it go, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We got a lot to get into today. Shout out to Big Bulls fan in the chat. Shout out Clayton in the chat. We got Torrin in the chat. Robert Schwartz in the chat. Steve-O in the chat. Hey, acting a fool with shorts on. Everybody stay safe out here, man. Corey Polk in the building. We acting a fool this weekend. Y'all already know. Shout out to everybody. Also, if you can't stick around for the full show, we are posting this on all podcast platforms. So check that out. If you want to hear the show later in podcast form, you can check it out there. Or if you can't stick around while the show is going live, you can listen live over on the Contender, where you hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. If you're at work today and you're listening to us, first off, shout out to you, man. Appreciate that love. But if you can't just sit there, boss looking over your shoulder, just, what are you doing? What's going on? How you feeling? How you doing? Shut up. Throw the earbuds in, listen to us over on the Contender, man. Download that app on the Google Play Store and over on the what is that? The Apple Apps Store. I never know what Apple's is. It's all good. Shout out to y'all. Let's get into this, man. Because last night we saw the Bulls drop a game that we thought should have been an easy dub, right? Last night, we saw the Chicago Bulls drop a game that in our minds should have been an easy dub for them. You should have walked away with them. You've beaten Atlanta 3-1 or 3 times this year already. You should have been able to pull off the sweep. Bulls were not able to do that. They weren't able to come away with the dub in that situation. And it hurt them. It really hurt us, honestly. But it hurt them standings-wise because now I believe the Bulls have moved into third place, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe we have the same record as the Bulls are now in third place, as they sit at 39-24. Philly is at 38-23, now in the second place. Bulls, I mean, they're both still 2.5 games back, but Philly's got a better win percentage than the Bulls right now. And then right now, Miami has a nice little hold on that top seed. And you've got a tough game tonight against the Bucks, who are right on your heels. So you come into today trying to figure out what's wrong with the Bulls. And to me now, I have to ask the question. And like the video if you agree. Like the video if you don't agree. Just like the video. To me now, I have to ask the question. Are we to a point where just bringing back Lonzo and Alex Caruso is going to be enough? Are we to a point where just bringing back Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso is going to be enough for this Bulls team to be successful, right? Because we're seeing some things that Lonzo and Alex don't fix. We're seeing, like Billy Donovan said, again, now I know a lot of people noticed it last night. I noticed it 2 games ago with the shot fake issues. My God, DeMar DeRozan jumping out of his Nikes on a pump fake like it's 2K and somebody's half pressing a mess out of square. Boom. Is bringing back Caruso and Lonzo enough to put the Bulls moving in the right direction again? That's where the question comes in. Because to me, right, what do they fix? I think they make you better defensively. Of course, we've seen that. We've seen that. They absolutely make you better defensively. But is it going to replace the discipline that should have already been there? Have you played this way for so long that you can just revert back to the way that you were playing when they were in the lineup? Now, I'll say this. I'm one of the people, I'm not freaking out about what the Bulls are doing here, right? Because I can see that, guess what? This team can still score. We put up 124 points last night. Whether you want to say free throws, whether you want to say the refs did it, whether you want to say you put up 124 points last night. You lost last night's game 124 to 130. Do the free throws get you the win? Yes, they do. But you gave up 130 points. Listen, Caruso and Lonzo do a lot. Do they stop 130 points? Maybe they do. Maybe it does. This is me asking the question. Is Stefan Nadon checking into the building? What's good, my boy? Can't hear
I
word.
don't know what's going on.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I don't know what's going on with this restream.
Yeah, well, you know.
We gotta fix this mess.
Hey, look, man, you know. I don't know. Restream be wild sometimes. Restream be wild sometimes, dog. We working on it. We're working on it. We're trying to get through it. Hey, listen, we're on the show. That's all that matters.
And we're here.
We're on the show. We're here.
Young, black, and beautiful.
We're here. And the reason I ask this, and that Stefan's here now, we can chime in with him. Because there's certain things that if you do them long enough, it puts you in a position where that's where your brain naturally goes. And this Bulls team has not been the defensive juggernaut that it was for 10 years. We were a top 5 defense beginning of the season, right? We were top 5 defense at the beginning. You didn't see that play for the last 5 months. And so that's why I asked, because to me, you revert back to what you know. What does Zach LaVine know? And Zach LaVine, I think, dealing with a ton of injuries still in that knee. He said he's about 70%.
Clayton was popping.
You've got Zach LaVine. He's reverting to what he knows. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to shoot. DeMar DeRozan going to what he knows. I got to score. I got to shoot. Vooch last night, my God, that pass out to Tristan Thompson, I almost killed somebody, and I was watching the game on delay, knowing the Bulls lost the game. I said delay like it was the 80s. I was watching the game recorded, knowing the Bulls lost.
On VHS.
You know what I'm saying? I said delay like that joint was recorded. There's certain things that, that bringing back Caruso and Lonzo will fix 110%. I think that it makes the defense at least, I don't know if you'll get back top 5, but I'd say they move back into top 10 with it, because then you've got Javonte, Derrick Jones, Caruso, Lonzo, hopefully P. Will's back soon. You know, you've got your defense. You've got enough defensive pieces on that team to say, okay, that's a good defensive team. But is that just going to be the ultimate fix that puts the Bulls right back where they were before they left off? Because I'm seeing a lot of things that are even more sketchy now.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna be like the ultimate fix. I mean, Billy is like, I mean, you still got, you know, them getting long rebounds. Me and Kid counted a lot of long rebounds.
Yeah.
Last night that the Hawks got. You still haven't shored up the corner 3 defense. And bro, again, last night, like I told you, when you asked us what happened, I don't know what Zach and DeMar was looking at, but Billy was like, shot fake discipline. We need shot fake discipline.
Jumping out of the Nikes.
What? I don't know what that is, bro. Like, legit had them jumping like it was 2K.
Bro,
Pogo
out
stick
of the
was on
Nike.
Hall of Fame and wasn't in the vicinity of nothing. Like, bro, it's like I think what it is, you know, I guess the team is so thirsty to get, like, you know, Lonzo, and it's not just Lonzo and Caruso, it's P. Will too, but Lonzo and Caruso and P. Will, they so thirsty to get them back that now they just forgetting like the small little details you gotta do, like, and I've basically said this like pretty much the whole season. Like, I don't know if much realize this. The defensive possession don't end until you grab the rebound. Yeah. Like, that's even out for the free throw. Like, Capella, like that last the last Bogdanovich 3. After the one when Zach was jumping in the corner, Capella tipped it out. Bogdanovich just ran it back down. And Zach moved out the way. And Bogdanovich was like, at the 3-point line, he just moved out. Yeah, you can take that.
You know what? And it's go ahead.
So, yeah. So, I mean, last night, that's why I was just like, me and Kid was looking at it like, dog. I mean, I get it. Atlanta's hot. But, geez, like, we not going to try to do nothing?
You know what though? Here's the question. There's a couple things that I saw last night to me that might have made the difference. You know what I'm saying, in last night's game. One, Bulls came out defensively. Does Caruso make a 6-point difference? Does Lonzo make a 6-point difference? Absolutely. Their defense in those situations, you don't have Kobe White switching on to Trey Young in that situation. You've either got Lonzo Ball passing off Trey Young to Ayo Dosunmu, or you've got Ayo Dosunmu passing off Trey Young to Lonzo Ball, or you've got Ayo Dosunmu passing off Trey Young to Alex Caruso. Like defensively, yes, that you're in a better situation last night if you have those guys.
Right.
So you probably win that game. You probably sweep them. One, but Atlanta came into that game circled with hey, we're not getting swept tonight. We're not going to get beat tonight. And I think the Bulls, from me watching it and knowing everything that's coming today. By the way, we will be live for Bulls Live Call today. I will be back on the call.
Yeah,
Appreciate you. That tip off is what, 6:30? 6:30? 6:30 tip tonight.
Hey, that mug. Hey, I was on the game with Brad. That mug was like, I was like, I gotta check what time this game come on, because I didn't know that mug was like 6. I'm like, Jesus,
bro, yeah, no, yeah, dog. Last night, I thought last night was the 6:30 game. Y'all almost didn't have a live set up.
I got.
But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Just like I believe Atlanta looked on the calendar and had last night's game circled saying we're not getting swept. They're not going to beat us 4 times in a season. There's a pride thing there. We're struggling. We're still in this hunt. We can still make the playoffs. Let's start it now. Let's start fighting our way back into this thing, right? There's a pride thing there. Okay. Just like I think Atlanta did that, I think that's what the Bulls did tonight. And I think there's a chance they overlooked Atlanta. Let's be real. The emotions of tonight's game are so high.
Me and Kid was talking about it. If Tua Jackson does not at minimum tonight,
you know what though? Who? You know what I mean? Who? You know what I mean? It's like
Tristan and Tony Bradley.
I don't want Tristan to go. We need Tristan. Now I'm like, who do we got we don't need? Sitting Matt Thomas
Tony
like
Bradley.
Daffy Duck in Space Jam, right at Chris Middleton. It's gut check time.
And watch like 30 minutes before the game, they're gonna say that Grayson came down with an illness.
You know what I mean? Hey, Grayson not even in the city, dog. So to me, like I feel like there could have been, and Muzz are gonna say that this is that's an excuse. You can't use that. Blah blah blah. Hey, listen, is it an excuse?
They got the game circled.
Hey, is it an excuse? It's absolutely an excuse. They should have won last night's game.
Oh yeah. And another thing too, I wanna highlight because because somebody pointed it out to us in the chat. It was the first time it happened last night.
Yeah.
When Billy used Tristan and Vooch together, and for a minute it was looking good. And I told Kid, I felt like the problem with that was the game, and like you said, they might, now that you mentioned it, they probably overlooked them because of the game tonight. They had the game circled. The issue that I had with them running that lineup last night was because the game got away. So now you turn it into a track meet. Like Vooch was eating it, and it was just like I think it was like 3 minutes left. Or it was like early fourth or something like that, where Vooch went for a hook, put it up, missed it. But then after that, it just got into a track meet. So I think like Vooch was cooked. When he tried to put, Tristan back into the game, because by that time he's tired. So that lineup.
Here, to me, that states to me how the Bulls looked at that game. Getting an echo from you, Steph.
Oh, do I gotta turn down my
Yeah, turn the volume down a little bit. That states to me how the Bulls looked at that game. Think about it, right? And like I said, it is an excuse. There's no excuse for the Bulls losing that game after scoring 124 points.
Good now?
Yeah, you good.
All right.
There's no excuse for losing that game after scoring 124 points. You will never convince me that 124 points is not enough to win an NBA game. There's zero excuse for that, right? But this is my thing with it. If you viewed Atlanta as a real, oh my God, we have to beat this team to get out of this losing streak game, you don't test out something new in it. And Bulls fans are
Right. So
like,
you think
man,
they're gonna run it more tonight then?
Absolutely. They tried out Vooch and Tristan in a real game situation to see, hey, how's this going to work? How's this going to work when we've got bigger bigs? They tried that in an NBA game. You know what I'm saying? And as you look at the schedule, this is really the first game you had the opportunity to try it out since Tristan's been here.
Let me tell you.
Every other game you played meant something in the standings, meant something more in the standings. Billy probably feeling, hey, we can get this game even if we try something new in this game. We're in that position. And then all of a sudden you look up and the Bulls took the lead again. That's what Bulls went up what? They went up 8 again?
Yeah, no, they went back on a run. That was up like 6.
They were on a 12-0 run.
Yeah, that was up like 6.
No, they were on like a 14-0 run.
Yep. Hey, no, but you know what though? You could be right because Bobby been getting a lot of. Bobby actually been starting for them, I believe.
Oh yeah, Bobby Porter's been starting for them. That was honestly, the Bulls' problem.
Now that you mention
it, remember the last Bucks game was the game where Billy was talking. He was talking his junk, dog. When Sam Smith was like, "Hey, you know, your first rotation was all guards. Who do you think? Why did you think that was a good idea?" That was the game where Billy was like, "Who you want me to play?" I've got guards. It's all guards. Who's on the team, kid? Guards. So to me, I don't look at last night's game as being the indicativeness of what this team is. Now, of course, some of those other games, game versus Memphis, that's a tough one to see. Who did we play in the game before this? We didn't play. We played Memphis. Why can't I remember our schedule right now? Here we go, checking it out, keeping the conversation going as we got this one. Memphis, we played Miami. How did I forget that? You're sitting here. We played Miami. Like in those two games, you can't try something new. You can't throw Vooch out. Like you needed that game. You needed the Miami game. Miami game puts you back in the first. Like that's a positioning game. You're not going to try something new in that. Memphis game, that's a top 3 team in the West. You're not going to try something new in that. You know when I'm going to try something new versus the 10th team in the NBA. And guess what? Trey got hot. You tried something new, it didn't work. You end up getting cooked.
I will say it didn't work. We said this last night.
I'm not going to say it didn't work. It worked well for a little bit. But wasn't.
No, the problem is, like I said, Vooch, they got into a track meet.
Yeah.
And Vooch got tired, so you can't. What he tried to do was kind of interchange them.
Yeah.
But what they did was get into a track meet to the point Vooch was so tired, it was just like, all right, well, DeMar's finna get double. I'm finna pass it, and then I'm finna pass it back because that's not the way right now. I'm gassed. And in reality, he couldn't do nothing with that.
And here's the thing, right? This is, I keep seeing Muzz talk about the free throws. You got to talk about the free throw discrepancy, 7 to 28. You got to talk about the free throw discrepancy. You know what Billy said about the free throw discrepancy last night? We fouled too much. And you know what I saw in that game on the other end? The Bulls weren't attacking the bucket. Now, granted, DeMar DeRozan should be at the line well more. What was it like? It was like 4 free throws between Zach and DeMar? Like 4 attempts between Zach, something like that? It was something crazy. But Billy Donovan told we fouled too much. Entirely too much. And on the other end, hey, guess what? Maybe when you get them in foul trouble, you want to attack the bucket. You got them in the bonus, and we didn't see anybody attack the bucket. You know what I'm saying? So there's that as well that goes into it. Like, I can't look at last night's game and say the Atlanta Hawks did everything to win that game. Like, they just dominated us up and down the court. Like, the Bulls did a lot to hurt themselves. But to me, like, last night's game showed me more so now I have to think, okay, in these games, or maybe last night's game and going back, in these games, the Bulls have learned a lot of habits that might end up hurting you down the stretch, right?
Yep. I'll agree with
Because
that.
it's how they've been playing. Does adding Caruso and Lonzo back into that just magically say, hey, the last 2 months didn't happen? When you get into those crunch time situations, guess what? Relying on your defense is not going to be what the Bulls do, because they're going to rely on what they've been doing and what they've done well that's got them wins. They're going to rely on their scoring. Does adding Lonzo and Caruso back into that provide enough defense on the other end, even with Zach and DeMar and all of those guys out there? Because to me, right, getting them out there isn't going to make them better defenders. It's just going to make them play defense at a better rate. But even so, they still weren't really playing defense. It was still Caruso we're talking about. Look at him switching on all 5 of them.
Like, and the crazy part about it is, yeah, Mug gloss over the fact that last night they were, man, well, you know, if we had Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball and P. Will, this wouldn't have happened. You still had 15 turnovers, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
it might be a little lower with Lonzo, but it depends. It depends on who's got the ball in his hand. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not finna, cause if that's the case, like y'all put it, the Bulls is going to the finals. All glory to Michael Jordan. When they get to the finals, they sweeping whoever they play in the West. If they get Alex Caruso and Lonzo back, and it's just not gonna work like that.
I don't think that's how Bulls fans feel, but I think you feel that you have a better chance at it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you think you've got a better shot if you've got your full slate of team. Like even tonight, coming into this game, right, versus Milwaukee. And it's gonna be a game to me that is gonna be hard fought. It's gonna be somebody's gonna be bloody. Somebody's gonna be bleeding in this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this one gets a little chippy, as Tristan said. By the way, was Tristan the only one to ask that question? I put that on Twitter. I was like, is Tristan the only one that was asked about this Bucks game? Because if he was, that's poor reporting.
I didn't see nobody else get asked about it last night.
I didn't either. That's why I was like, that's poor reporting, because like Tristan wasn't even a part of the team. By the way, 52 in here, 18 likes. Hit that like button, man. The interesting thing to me with tonight's game is, in the last game, albeit with a broken wrist, you had Alex Caruso. You had that. What did we talk about in that last game? DeMar DeRozan getting that steal down the stretch, playing that defense.
Right.
We talked about Zach LaVine playing up. We talked about, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of, hey, like this team is going to do everything that it can do defensively to stay in that game. And that's why that game was so close down the stretch. That game wasn't a high-scoring game. What did it end? 104, like 103, something like that? What that first Bucks game in? It wasn't high-scoring at all. That was a defensive, grinded-out game. You don't have that tonight. You don't have that in the building tonight. You don't have that defensive juggernaut in the building tonight. And like I said, maybe that's the reason why the Bulls were kind of like, we'll move past it. Like, to me, the Bulls looked like...
No, I knew I wasn't tripping. No, it was low. It was mad low. It was 94-90.
94-90. It was stupid low. Lowest game of the season. Let me see. I'm trying to see here. That might be the lowest Bulls total of the season, dog. Nah, we had a game that was Jesus. We blew them out. That was the Pelicans earlier. It was 121 to 80. I think that's the lowest scoring game of the season based on what I'm seeing here. So, like, you don't have that tonight. They do. Until Tristan Thompson takes somebody's ankles out. How are the Bulls going to fare in this Bucks game tonight where, listen, the Bucks could absolutely move you to the 4th spot in the Eastern Conference, which I'm not going to lie to you. The further we get away from the top, I'm like, I actually feel better about this round. I don't want to drop outside of the top 4, but if I drop the 4, I'm like, I'm not playing Brooklyn for a minute.
Hey, I mean they got 17 games left now though.
Have fun, Miami.
They got 17 games left.
They are 32 and 32.
We got time. We got time. Hey, look. As long as Boston keep winning.
Hey. So we're talking about this, right? What if the playoffs get turned on their head? Playing is single elimination.
Are you talking about the Nets?
Playing is single elimination. Any team can get beat on a bad day.
Yeah, but by that time, you at least gonna have Ben and KD.
Listen, you are. But single elimination, we've seen some upsets. We've seen some absolute
what upsets have we seen? Where the Grizzlies did beat the Warriors. You're right. I ain't even gonna lie.
Single elimination? That could be wild.
Well, 17 games left. Ben come back in 3 days.
I don't expect them to be there. But I'm just saying, like, if they stay there, that would be absolutely.
But how you know they don't get to like for 5th?
No. I'm saying I don't believe Brooklyn's gonna stay there. I think Brooklyn's gonna move up to at least 6th. I said they're gonna probably finish 6th, right? But I'm just saying, like, say like you're trying to get the team to jail. They just kind of, hey, put this there. We're trying to figure this out as we go. And you end up having to be in the play-in tournament. And all of a sudden, that's the day where freaking Charlotte's the hottest they've ever been. They can't miss. And now you're sitting there at home. Because how's it work, right? 8. If the 8-9 matchup, if they lose, they're out.
Yeah, nah, and then
the winner of that plays 7 and the winner of 7 and 10.
Right.
So I don't know why they just hit me, and I'm like, I absolutely don't think the net, even if they do get in this situation, I don't think the Nets are gonna lose. But if it's like, say it's just a bad day, KD can't hit a shot, Kyrie can't hit a shot. Now we got to rely on Ben Simmons to shoot. That's not going to happen. It's the worst day for the Net, and they just smoke it. Oh, dog. Hey, NBA would be so. Here's the thing. The play-in tournament would end. I guarantee you they would not have a play-in tournament next year if that happens.
Oh, yeah. But the only thing that's helping your argument is the fact that by the time Ben get back, they'll have 14 games left.
Yeah.
And I don't think that offensively, I feel like they're gonna be straight. Defensively, they gotta get it together. Like Ben gonna do his thing, but like, cause I will say last night, cause I did catch like the last 5 minutes in the third and the rest of the fourth. Strus and Tyler were like, oh, Curry and Patty Mills, switch, cook. Like,
oh yeah, y'all was on last night. I was pissed.
I
was like, Big Dub's coming. Here we go. I need Brooklyn to get this one. Let's go. God dang it.
Nah, that was a good team dub. I was happy.
Forget y'all. Hey man, I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just saying that would be what, like, and on any given, as Kid joining the chat. Kid, how long have you been in here, dog? Is Restream tweaking for you too?
Yeah, but I just have to keep refreshing. It's been about
Bro,
It's
I
about
keep
10
telling
minutes.
you, they either let you in at the time that you set the live in, or they let you in like 10 minutes after that.
Hey, they hating on all this greatness that's going on over here. By the way, Batman, all the reviews I'm hearing on Batman, ridiculous. But I am hearing nobody likes Bruce Wayne. Like the dude that like when it's playing Bruce. I'm hearing weak Bruce Wayne, but great Batman.
Do you watch Batman for Bruce Wayne?
Kinda. I like the full build. You know what I'm saying? I like the
Yeah,
full
I
kit.
can see
Like
him doing that. I can't
no,
see
because
you
I'm the
doing
same
that.
way with Spider-Man. Like legitimately, Andrew Garfield to me is the best Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
weak is
No.
Peter Parker. Peter Parker was absolutely his
No,
Peter Parker.
no, no.
I was like, why is Peter
Listen.
cool?
Peter Parker was a hoe.
Yes.
No, Peter.
No,
Depends on
wait. Let me
which
explain.
Spider-Man you grew up on.
Can
Because
I
the Spider-Man we
explain
grew up
real quick?
on, he wasn't a lame, but he wasn't the popular guy. He was like
Nah,
in
he was
between.
Can
no,
I
but the
explain real
Spider-Man we
quick?
grew up on was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So like
I'm
that
talking about
Peter
the cartoon,
Parker.
bro.
No, the
Oh,
cartoon is based on that. The
yeah. So
cartoon,
let me explain. Yeah. So Toby,
hold on. Let me say the Tobey Maguire movie is based on the '90s cartoon, so that's why you get a lot of Mary Jane. Like Mary Jane always like legitimately. Go look back at the '90s cartoon when she finds out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Mary Jane jumps out of a window. And Peter goes out there and saves her. And he's like, what are you doing? And she was like, I just wanted to know that you would always be there for me. I was like, I'd have dropped this.
Oh yeah, should have been dead messing around with me.
he's the weakest out of three. Because the way it was explained, the way it was explained to me, because Ken explained it, I had to go back. Man really couldn't hold down a job like that.
Oh, yeah.
He got
but that's how
no
it was.
shorties.
But that was always Peter.
And you keep saving the same chick that does the stupid stuff to get you in the situations that you in.
Hey, I said, dog, y'all don't realize in most 90s superhero cartoons, if you like cut out the chick that every hero was trying to save, half his problems are just out the window anyway.
That's a life lesson right there.
Hey, you telling me that an I Am Legend, this man lived with his dog for 30 years. She shows up for 20 minutes. He's choking out the dog.
hey, why is Shay trying to fire me, dog? Like, what is
I don't
going
know.
on with you, bro?
Shay funny, dog. Shay be like,
hey, listen, I will say before he showed up, them people wasn't on this butt like that. The minute she showed up, they know where the hideout is at. You feel me? That they on this bumper now. They on this bumper now. You know,
she pull up now. He got a barricade the crib. It's somebody in the basement doing face plants into a glass wall. Come on now.
He got open cell for you. Like,
hey, no. We actually was just talking about like the off chance that Brooklyn stays at 8. And they got to play in the play-in. I don't think it's gonna happen either. But I said the NBA would end the play-in if Brooklyn stays at 8 and they got to play a 1-game series, and all of a sudden it's like they have a bad game and now Brooklyn isn't in the playoffs.
No, that's gonna be the day that they let Kyrie play regardless, and they just take the fine.
Oh, he's gonna play regardless. No, I'm saying like imagine, because we've seen it on one game play-ins. We've seen this in college, in baseball when they do their little play-in. Like anybody can have a day. So say Charlotte just can't miss, and right now Brooklyn's defense is really. It looked like it's really just gonna be Ben Simmons. So like say Charlotte just can't miss, and they end up beating Brooklyn. And now you got the Charlotte Hornets versus the Miami Heat as your first round matchup. And you just like, we just lost KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, the potential to have a TV matchup of Philly versus Brooklyn. Like the play-in game would end the next season.
That dog, for one, not gonna happen.
Listen, I don't think it's going to happen either. I don't think they're going to be at 8. I think they end up around like 6. But dog, a day? One day? Anybody can get beat on one day. That'll be wild.
hey, and it's weird too. Like the person that you don't expect to have a game.
The person that, fam, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like Frank Kaminsky. He just get out there and start getting buckets. Like, what's happening right now?
Ish Smith gonna drop 45.
I could see Ish Smith dropping 45. That wouldn't surprise me. Fam, Muggs, hey, I think it was Bleacher Report or somebody. They finally gave Ish Smith credit. Ish Smith hit a crossover the other day, dog. He had my man's, bro. Ish Smith can ball, bro.
Hit that man with a nice one.
Hey, crossover of the year. Possibly Reggie on Russ last night because he made that man look stupid.
And I was, boy,
He hit,
I just seen that
he hit him with the Spice Adams leg kick. Hit the hezzy, had Russ completely the wrong way, and Russ just had to foul, and then hit the three in his face on the next one. Like, it's a package deal.
Hey, Reggie Jackson owns the Lakers right now. Every time they've played them since what's the name went down, he's gone off. He's gone off. He lights up when he sees Russ on the lane.
You have
hit LeBron with a nice side corner three too.
It's no way possible. Like, if the NFL can flex games, bro, the NBA can find a way to flex Lakers games.
He said,
it's no point in having them on TV.
D-Trox says seeds 7 and 8 have double elimination. I thought the loser of 8 and 9 is out. Right? Ain't that how it works? Loser of 8 and 9 is out.
No, it's best of 2
for the 7 seed.
So
like
so
if you
like
you know 7 what?
And 8, if they lose, they gotta play the
in.
winner of 9 and 10.
Right. 7 and 7. No. Who's the owner on 9 and 10? What?
7 and 8 play each other. No, 7 plays 9, 8 plays 10. If 7 loses,
other way. 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9.
Whatever. The loser of that, the
7 and 10
plays the winner of 8 and 9.
8 and 9, right? But the loser of 8 and 9 is done.
The loser of 9 and 10 of
the team with the 9th highest winning percentage in each conference will host the team with the 10th highest winning percentage in the 9-10 game.
Oh, 9 and 10 play each other.
The loser of the 7-8 game will host the winner of the 9-10 game in a playing game, and the winner of that game in each conference will earn the 8 seed.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just.
Hey man, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, listen, it's stupid to me. So, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid to me. It's the dumbest tournament ever. Like it's
not dumb. It's the fact that there ain't been no good games.
Mad dumb. But dog,
it's been 2 good games since the play-in, and they've both been in the West.
Let's say 1. Yeah. And it's because you had Golden State in that mug. Like, the play-in is whack to me. But it is what it is. Play-in is whack to me, but it is what it is. I'll take it. Let's break down this game tonight, man, because it's going to
They really did it for the Western Conference, who would have those close runs and things would be decided between a game or two. So, I mean, you can't make everyone happy, but it does stop people from trying to intentionally tank.
Not really. It just means get further than 10.
Nah, because you still actually got to play.
You still actually have to play.
Not if I'm worse than 10.
Yeah, but if you're worse, the chances of you being worse than 10 are slim, depending on who you have on your squad.
Shoot. Let me Houston this mug real quick.
Houston is not the Houston actually at one point could have made the play-in.
Hey, yeah, at one point. Then they said, hey, John Wall, no, we don't need you. Hey, let's trade away.
Even with John Wall down, they still had a remote chance of making the 10th spot. But I think what's his name got hurt. What's his name?
Jalen Green was out for a minute.
Green was out for a while. Then the other dude, Wood, was out for a while.
Wood.
Yeah, Christian Wood was out for a while.
Hey.
And then that just killed it.
They wasn't playing him because he left at halftime. I remember
I think the biggest thing they need to do is find a way to make teams play for the first seed. For the first pick in the draft. You got to find a way to make them play.
Yeah, I will say he been on that since he started the show. I think that was like his first vid.
Absolutely.
You try figuring that one out because the best team is always going to win.
That's fine, but here's the thing. If it's the best team out of 9, 10, 11, and 12, that means that the best team that wins now has the number 1 pick, which it can either use to trade for a better piece or you can use it to draft the best player in the draft. The best player in the draft going to a team that's 9 is going to do a heck of a lot more than the best player in the draft going to Houston, because Houston got the best player in the draft and they still have 15 wins. Like, having the best player in the draft don't do nothing for most teams that just suck unless it's a generational talent. Like, LeBron changed the Cavaliers, but even the Cavaliers were they that bad? I don't even think they were that bad. I think it was like a Bulls situation, not the same, which is still wild that we got that pick.
Or you could be the Kings.
The players don't have an incentive to play for the number 1 pick. It's more basketball. It ain't about incentive, whether they do or not. The players don't have an incentive to play for the number 1 pick. You play to make your team better. That's an incentive. Do you want to be better next year? Or you want to stay 9?
It's an interesting thing. I mean, they haven't done it because there's a very hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And the way it's set up, it makes sense. The best draft pick goes to a developing team. It does make sense. Because if you're a championship team, you don't need, if you're a championship team, you don't need a championship caliber team. You're not looking for a rookie.
It's not about being a championship caliber team. Think about when the Bulls got Derrick Rose, we won like 34 games. And you added the first pick in the draft to that team.
Whatever to me.
Oh yeah, they definitely but there's some finagling going on with that.
When the Bulls got that pick, they won 34 games, and then they get over the hump. Cavaliers, same thing with LeBron, stuff like that. But if he had gone to, who was leading the East at the time? Detroit was a top team at the time we got drafted. For one, we wouldn't have the same Derrick Rose. He wouldn't have the same opportunities. Yeah, it would be totally different. If he had went to Detroit, if he had went to...
No, we won 41 games.
Cool. Hey, but still...
We were 41-41. Miami was the worst team in the NBA, and we got the number 1 pick.
But we proceeded to draft Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley was the right choice at the time.
Yeah, Michael Beasley was the only other choice at the time.
It just didn't work out because of, it didn't work out. But
it didn't work out because he admits he was partying.
Yeah, but Michael Beasley as a talent, that Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley was a bucket. Hey, if KD said you a bucket, you was a bucket. He was actually decent his rookie year, but after that it was man. But man,
I'm trying to see because what draft was that? That was the 2008 draft. The Bulls got Derrick. Yeah, 2008 draft. Bulls get Derrick. Who else? Who went behind Beasley? Ooh. Yeah, no, y'all messed up. Russ went 4th. Kevin Love went 5th. OJ Mayo went 3rd. Anybody else? Not really. The Lopez brothers came out. McGee, Ryan Anderson, Serge Ibaka. There's nothing else really that I'd have been like, nah, y'all definitely messed up on that. But y'all messed up.
I just wanted to see the Rose Wade combo.
Oof, dog, no. The Russ Wade combo would have been disgusting. Couldn't nobody shoot, but
the Rose Wade combo still would have been better, bro.
OJ Mayo and Wade would have been disgusting. OJ Mayo ball handling?
OJ was definitely nasty. OJ was nasty.
I just like seeing how crushed Ringo is by that draft.
Bro, because I wanted Rose. Like, I legit wanted Rose. I'm like, bro, that draft, I was specifically that draft was like the draft with MPJ, because I thought for sure. I was telling my exact whole year. I thought for
You
sure.
know how to hurt me, don't you?
Hey,
you know how to hurt me, don't you?
If you ever want to see Pat Saudi, that's the only thing you got to bring up.
Hey, dog. I was like that draft when he said Wendell Carter Jr. It was like that dude that's got like the bowl of cereal and no milk, and he just slammed that mug against the wall. That's how it was with that joint, man. Hey, man. Hey, we got a good Bulls team now. That's all that matter, man. And if we had MPJ, we wouldn't have our best score.
But like, still, like, I still get your point of like having ways to make them play, but like that's not going to work. And then at the same time, you know how many people's careers would be totally different if the number one pick went to the best team. They just wouldn't have the same opportunities. So the best picks with the most talent going to a team that could absolutely use them, they get the tick and stuff like that, helps with development faster. There's not one star that you could put on a championship team when they first were drafted that would be the same. It just wouldn't happen. If Lakers drafted Michael Jordan, we don't have Michael Jordan.
Well, no, I think it's something. Here's the thing: as back then, teams weren't actively trying to lose because you knew you were going to keep these teams for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? I think the way the NBA is now has changed, has made tanking more of an issue because, like, you're not keeping, like, hey, these guys suck. All right, we're going to get rid of them.
Carmelo would have did good on the championship Detroit Pistons. That's because the Detroit Pistons don't have a superstar.
Yeah, Carmelo would have been that superstar.
They're the only team in history to have won without a star.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, though, couldn't they have still? Detroit had an opportunity to get some nice pieces after
Detroit
that championship
had a chance
year
to
too.
get Melo. They took Darko.
Yeah, they took Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know. I'm not tripping. What we mean?
But people also argue that they wouldn't have won a championship.
Fam, fam. They wouldn't have won a championship. Well, was Big Shot there? Big Shot wasn't there yet.
Chauncey was there.
Chauncey was there already?
No, Chauncey was there.
Chauncey was there.
Chauncey was there.
They don't have the same defense.
No, the question mark would have came in with because they end up getting Tayshaun the next year after Darko. So you're probably in a position where you don't get Tayshaun Prince, whose defense was elite on that championship team. So is it more worth you not having Tayshaun to have Melo scoring where you have a legit number one scorer while you still got four really good defenders with
I don't think Detroit would have. I don't think Melo would have won the chip with Detroit. It would have been focused more on Melo's ability and less on that team game. Because I think Detroit understood, hey, we really don't. Like on paper, we don't match up with these people. But collectively, if we just all grind and do our part, we absolutely can be a force. And that's what they did.
I don't know.
It's a keep your egos in check type thing.
I don't know because the first championship was Larry Brown, right? Wasn't that the head coach?
During what time?
When Detroit won their first chip. Was it Chip? No. It
was Carlisle.
They only won one.
Carlisle.
It was Carlisle that was coaching that team?
I believe.
Yeah, we got Google. Somebody look it up.
Nah, it was Larry Brown because I think they fired.
I thought it was Larry Brown that won the championship with them because he ended up passing away, right?
The year before.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Chuck Connors. Chuck Connors ended up passing away.
Yeah, what does the head coach have to do with anything? Where are you going with that?
Well, I was saying his system was a very team-oriented game where George Karls was like...
It was Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Yeah, his system was a very team-oriented game where George Karls was like, hey, all right, I guess we got Melo now.
Well, Flip Saunders was a coach that ended up coaching from 05 to 08. And that's when they still went back to they were still running the East. People don't remember that the Detroit Pistons ran the East for a good 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I remember.
No one likes to give them credit. Like we think of that like, oh,
it's Detroit.
People like they love LeBron so much, which I absolutely have a strong appreciation for his career. But they like don't remember, for one, Detroit was a team to beat. He didn't make the playoffs for the first 2 years. Like, stop it with the cap. Like, Stop making it seem like, oh, he came in and dominated the East. No, he didn't. That's not how it worked.
No, he didn't.
That's not how it happened.
Like he
Not
had
at
to
all.
put
That's
together
like
a
not even
Herculean
remotely how it
performance just to
happened.
beat them hard.
He
I
didn't
don't
make
even think I've ever heard anybody say that.
Oh, they say it all the time. Walked into the league dominating. In what sense?
One-on-one.
Hey, nah. Hey, let me
Melo
tell
dominated
you why
one-on-one
Kid
because he
is
made
mad
the
about that,
playoffs his
though.
first 2 years.
Let me tell you why Kid is mad about that though, because he absolutely believes Melo should have got Rookie of the Year.
I believe that.
Melo is
That's
the only
that's a
person in
given.
history to win player of the month
Yeah,
like 10 consecutive times and not win.
yeah.
Or
Which-
something like
which
whatever award
he
was for
got a
rookie.
case.
He's
He
the
got a
only player
case.
in history to have done it. LeBron didn't do it.
He got a case, but the only reason why he didn't get it is because at the time we were just on Brian Meat.
Well, yeah.
That's the best way to say it because
Hey,
outside of that, there's nothing.
Can't
There's-
imagine why you wouldn't want to take the vote away from the writers on that one. I don't know.
There's no reason why Melo doesn't win Rookie of the Year. He has similar numbers and they make the playoffs.
And it was like at the time I could see why they did it. I mean, he coming in first athlete from high school on the cover of Sports Illustrated, $100 million deal. I mean, he lived up to the hype, but Melo was absolutely killing him. We was just
There's nothing that tells me that should have happened. Like nothing.
Because Melo was absolutely dogging.
No, I Melo definitely making the playoffs.
Hey.
People don't realize that Melo averaged 21 or 20 points or more for his first 14 seasons.
Melo can't win.
Melo walked in as a walking
he came
bucket.
out the womb doing it. Well, walked into the league averaging that dog.
Hey, I can't hate Melo. I can never hate on Melo's career. And here's the one thing that everybody hates on Melo for is the other thing that I'll never hate on him for is he took the bag instead of wanting a championship. Yeah, you turned down that money. Hey, and that New York team was good. You turned down that money. Now, of course, James Doyle and New York end up screwing it up like they do everything because they suck. But you turned down that money. They offered that man stupid money. That's ridiculous. Appreciate y'all for pulling up and rocking with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do this Monday through Friday. We'll be live for Bulls live call tonight as well. Calling this Milwaukee versus Bulls game. We already know it's gonna get chippy. It's gonna be fun to call, and I'm here for all the spice. Let's go.
All the smoke.
Let's break down this game, man. Let's break down this game. What are you expecting to see tonight from the Bulls? Are you expecting to see them do what we've seen similarly, where they absolutely are struggling versus some of these better teams in the East? Or do you see them coming away with a dub based on the history of it, the fact that they're coming into this game amped up, trying to do this one for Caruso? You know what I'm saying? Do it for Alex. What are your thoughts on tonight's game, boys?
I said that judging from the game last night, the track meet game, I felt like they're going to come out a little bit tired. Which is something that I expect, but they will eventually climb back into the game. I feel like the hype of the game, what happened to Alex Caruso, you know it's gonna carry them through, but I don't see them coming out with the dub. I said last night I got them winning. I got the Bucks winning 106 to 100. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm saying I expect two ejections tonight. I ain't even gonna lie.
It's a 2 ejection minimum.
If the Bulls lose, but somebody at least get ejected or like they're not bleeding, I'm fine.
You know what the Bulls are missing?
That's a dirty play.
Not even somebody that's just gonna put you on your butt. There's nobody that really plays mind games on this team. Like Draymond is a master of mind games. On the Bulls, or on the Bulls in the 90s, you had a bunch of dudes that was playing mind games. You had Jordan, who absolutely was playing mind games. You had Dennis, who was just like, Dennis is just weird. I don't know if I call Dennis games mind games. Dennis was like pinching Shaq booty as he was posting up. That's just a wild one.
That's funny as heck to me.
Hey, fam.
That's funny to me.
Fam. And you know what? I'm sitting there and I'm like, weird. But if he got that much weight on you, you got to do something that's going to make him like throw his game off for a split second for you to make a move on him.
But you know what? Not every team needs that. Not every team needs that. And you know what's more demoralizing than all the mind games? Not being able to stop your opponent from scoring.
That's true.
And you know, there's nothing more demoralizing than seeing DeMar get to his spot, defense draped all over him, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like last night, we saw some players literally like DeMar got to his spot, they contested, he hit the shot, and they were just like, you know, the heck, like what, you know, like there's nothing you can do about it. And then in return, that's what Trey Young did.
I will say they did start sending the double, like late in that game at him.
To DeMar, it don't matter.
Yeah.
DeMar be getting double team, triple team. He still knocked that mug down. Now I will say, if the double includes Giannis, might matter a little bit more.
He shoots at an angle. It doesn't matter. He's gonna sit there.
that matters. We not
turn, fade.
I feel
the fadeaway is to get away from the defender.
Yeah, his whole game is to get away from the defender. My favorite one is when he's on the baseline and turns into the backboard and shoots. And I'm just like, you like leaning behind the board and it's still what the heck is that? How you do that?
Crazy.
But I see this game tonight. I feel like I rewatched last night's game after, of course, y'all got off. By the way, great job for the boys. Clap it up for the boys in the chat, man. Great job by the boys last night calling that game, man. Great job by the boys. Kid, absolutely. Hey, I tuned in like right before the Bulls, when the Bulls went down like 8, when Atlanta went on that first run, and Kid was just like, "What the is happening?"
But to his credit though, he absolutely said he was like, "What the." See, this is why Pat shouldn't let me call a game.
That's where I tuned in at. That's exactly where I tuned in at.
Man, listen, I couldn't keep composure after a while because I'm like, what the heck is going on, man?
Oh,
like,
dog.
You see the same play get executed day after day with somebody being wide open in the corner. Like, dog, do you not know that this corner exists? Is this corner just oblivious to you? Do you not know you're supposed to be in the spot to contest that? You doing way in the paint.
Hey, calling the game make you see that stuff. Because you calling everything that's happening on the floor. So you looking everywhere and you like, why is he right there?
Dog, is
hey, I be seeing it a little different. I be seeing the game a little different. I mean, like,
it's frustrating.
Hey, listen, you score 124 points, you should win. Get out to the corner. But no, here's my thing. By the way, Trey Young, the he can't guard me. Come on, dog. He's done it 3 times. You got him for legitimately a quarter.
Quarter that was all game.
Nah, Trey started getting it going in the third.
No, that fourth quarter was all Trey.
That fourth quarter was all Trey. No, I'm saying he started getting it going in the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like
he took that fourth quarter.
He got like 38 points.
He can't guard me. It's like, fam, he's a rookie. You should have took this personally game 1 when he was cooking you. Like, come on.
I'm gonna say this though, real talk. Kobe can't guard that man.
He absolutely got that switch. He was like, "What?"
Kobe can't guard.
Yeah, he got that switch. He lit up. I was about to say, this is not good.
And I caught it. As soon as the switch happened, I was like, "Oh, that's game."
Hey, bro, me too. Cause see, this is the thing, right? So I didn't watch it because I was doing meetings and stuff like that. So I ended up watching it after. So I'm like, man, where did he get away? And I saw Trey start cooking, and I was like, okay, I can see this. But then the Bulls come back. I'm like, wait, we got back in. So where did it get away? Man, I saw that with the switch on Kobe before anything happened. I was like, that's where it got away. That's where it got away right there. Hey,
got the switch you wanted.
That's where it got away right there.
Cookies.
one.
And it's not like he took a better shot, but you just felt like it was a better shot. Because the first shot he hit over Kobe was literally by his bench, fading away, moving right.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's not a better shot. But you just felt like it was going to go in because it was Kobe White.
I said it off of the screen.
The minute to switch game.
I said it off of the screen. I saw that screen. I said, yeah, that's where it got away right there. That's where it ended right there. Desmond, what's good, man?
I do believe that we lost because of the free throws, though. They took 28 free throws to our 7.
Hey, listen.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me that's even.
No, I would feel that way if it wasn't. If Billy one didn't come out, okay, all right. If Billy didn't come out at the after that game and say we absolutely fouled them entirely too much, and if when you got Atlanta in foul trouble, they were like, "Hey, I'm going to drive to the bucket and I'm going to keep pulling these 3-pointers." But I'm looking at tonight's game, and the reason I brought up that Atlanta game was because, like, I really feel like the Bulls circled this game on the calendar just like Atlanta did. And so I think the Bulls are going to come out in this game with more of a fight than we've seen in these last few games. And let's not get it twisted, right? We lost the Memphis game. Bulls absolutely came back, take the lead in that game. Ups and downs, back and forth, game of runs. That's what the NBA is. I think tonight you're going to probably see them muck it up more than we've seen them do without Alex Caruso in the lineup. At least that's my hope. For the Bulls to win this game, you absolutely have to get Vooch going in the paint and not go away from him. Because what the Bulls, this is the part that confuses me, right? Like, I get Io's growing into this, but we know, like, Io's played like 50 games, right? Like I feel like there's times where we don't know that. And even like the Bulls are like, well, he's more ready than we think he is, so we're going to give him as much responsibility as possible. Like, Vooch is really good out of the paint. He's overly passing. Vooch is really good at finding that corner three. He's really good at getting the ball down low. Double team comes his way. By the way, for everybody who's like, Vooch is trash. Yeah, except they keep sending double teams to him. Double team comes his way and he kicks it out. He's really good at that. And when the Bulls were winning consistently, they were doing that consistently. Vooch in the month of February shot 76% in the paint and absolutely was a key part of that Bulls offense facilitating the ball. That gets things going. You have to run this thing down their throat. Now, I get Giannis is down there, but it doesn't mean Vooch has to take the shots.
Yeah.
I think that's where you start your offense. That's how you get the ball movement. Vooch to Io or Vooch to Kobe, that's been lethal all year.
You know, the Vooch hate is just weird.
Falls out of bed, gets a double-double. You know what I realized, though? It's Carlos Boozer hate. That's what the Vooch hate is. Now, I think Boozer was a worse defender, but remember how Boozer would have like 26 and 11 and he would still get blamed for the Bulls losing?
I don't remember that.
Booz absolutely used to be.
I know Booz last year in Chicago was trash.
Booz was an all-star with the Bulls.
Booz last year with Booz's last year with the Bulls was trash.
Yeah.
I don't remember the hate before then.
Oh, yeah. Bulls fans would trash Carlos Boozer because he couldn't. He was a bad defender, but they would trash Carlos Boozer night in and night out. And I would be like, but he shot 7 for 10, finished the game with 24 and 11. And it's his fault that we lost this?
People get into the realm of comparing all-star players to all-time greats, and you can't do that. We want our bigs to be all-time great talents, and you don't realize that all-time great bigs are like a once-in-a-lifetime type thing. Like, you're not going to get another Shaq.
Yeah.
You're not going to get another, like, you may get another KG, but you're not going to get another Tim Duncan right away.
This was everything. This was every and hey, listen, it's true. He's not wrong. But that's how it was.
But
You know what I'm
Vooch
saying?
was also an undersized power forward. He was really more of a he would be more of a small forward in today's league. He wasn't a very big and imposing guy.
Booz was just strong, really. Booz
He
is
was
what,
strong,
6'9"?
but he's not
Booz
like
probably 6'9". He's 6'9".
Yeah, he would be a small forward. Like he's not a big and imposing guy, but he was our only big. So who is he playing? He's playing against elite big men, like during an era where big men still kind of ran things a little bit.
So he wasn't an all-star. He wasn't an all-star. Everybody in the chat said that's right. But first 3 years with the Bulls. Now it's last year, you're right, absolutely trash. But his first 3 years with the Bulls.
What we talking about?
Talking about Carlos Boozer. First 3 years, we talk about how Carlos Boozer and Vooch are kind of getting the same kind of hate. First 3 years of the Bulls, right? 17-9, 15-8, 16-9, and then like we said, that last year was 13-8. But we also had Joakim Noah standing next to, you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of them things where it was like, hey, this dude's doing what we brought him here to do. Is he great? No. Is he above average? Yes. Vooch is legitimately a top 5 center in the NBA right now. And he get hate every night.
Vooch is definitely a better defender than Carlos Boozer.
Oh, for sure.
But Carlos, all right, listen. The reality of it is Vooch was required to do a lot more than he should have been doing. Like earlier this season, he was the only guy down there rebounding. You'd see one Bulls jersey, like 4 of the other team's jersey. Why? Because they all knew they're not good at rebounding right here for some reason. It's just this guy, right? We helped this guy, and it never reflected on the stat sheets because people will say, well, look at, we're not getting dominated on the boards. But if you watch the game, for him to still get those double-doubles was like amazing because he would be battling for those boards by himself. If you're going to be that person who only looks at the stat sheet, not watch the games, this is not a conversation for you. Because we actually call the games and we say it on almost every game. He was the only person down there for a while.
We said every game.
Except for that, him and Tristan in the lineup was
until about
pretty
4
exciting.
games ago.
Him and Tristan being on the floor at the same time was pretty exciting.
And here's the thing, right? That's where I said he kind of overpasses, right? So like to me, him and Tristan on the floor, and it's also why I said it earlier. It's why I think the Bulls are looking at tonight's game more so than last night's game, and it's why I think the Bulls will find a way to come away. Yeah, I picked it. Hey, listen, I said 20-3 down the final stretch. It ain't looking good. Hey, the 3 losses have already happened, and it's not the ones I picked. I think the Bulls last night we're looking at tonight. Because you saw that team last night trying something new on the court for the first time that we were asking in the first 2 games. And I didn't realize, dang, you probably can't try something new against a top 3 seed in the West and a top team in the East. The top team in the East. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's on me. You know what I'm saying? I was calling for it. I was saying we need to see it. You got to try it out against a bad team. They tried it out against a bad team. It didn't work. Well, it did work. But then, like I said, use Vooch to start the offense, but also kind of, I think that's where Billy Donovan has to come in and coach him to say, hey, sometimes you need to know when to attack that bucket. Because like Vooch had an easy dunk right there. He drops it off to Tristan. Tristan's already ready for the rebound, waiting to see if he gets the dunk to go.
So he brings it down instead of staying high.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where there's moments where Vooch, like we saw it in February. Vooch absolutely locked in on being a post scorer and was cooking mugs.
Yep.
Even when he was going up against Embiid. Embiid had, I think he had like a 35-point game. Vooch still got 24 and 12 or something like that. He was going to work in the post. And the Bulls are able to compete better when you work with Vooch out of the post. You know what I mean? Like
that high-low post is going to be dangerous if they get it together.
The thing is, though, I don't it's the him stepping out for three. I mean, it's the Vooch stepping out for three, and I said it last night. Like Vooch works better in the post, so him and Tristan are definitely gonna have to get it together. But I think it's just something that's gonna take time. I mean,
Yeah.
they definitely got the time to do it, but
yeah,
I mean, it's I feel like it's gonna work out better when everybody's not right now, but when everybody's back. Like it'll work out better with them on the floor.
Which is why I keep telling people, like, we're going to make the playoffs at this point. Like, we would have to have a really hard drop off. By the way, speaking of a team that, I wasn't concerned about, that I'm getting kind of concerned about. Boston ain't too far back. Boston done actually Boston done actually turned their whole little thing around.
Healthy Robert Williams.
No Jaylen Brown. They still winning games. They ain't too far back. They are now top 5.
Hey, what I will say, go look at that schedule.
They schedule super easy. I give you that.
Hey, I saw the same thing you saw. I was like, they won like 10 straight. Hey, no. I looked, I was like, dang, they played Detroit like 3 times. Who scheduled this? Bro,
and then that schedule, like, the crazy thing is Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum always got to run like this in them.
Hold up. Here's their last 10, right? Beat the Grizzlies last night. Good win. I'll say this. I watched that game last night because I was just up. Once I'm up and I'm watching basketball, I can't sleep. So I watched that game after because Ja Morant. By the way, that left hand offhand jam on the
with the line.
But they beat the Hawks, Pacers, who have basically said we're done this year. Pistons, Nets, who didn't have like 3 of their players that game. Pistons again. No, they lost to the Pistons before that. Beat the mess out of the Sixers. But if I'm not mistaken, I think basically nobody played. Embiid played. Oh no, they all played. What was going on there?
Hey, listen.
Oh, Harden wasn't back yet.
I'm just letting y'all know. It's
it
ain't as cookies as we thought it was. We kept saying, we're not worried about them. We're not worried about them. And mind you, I was on that train too. I said something wrong, but the NBA is a game of runs, and the NBA is a game of one of those things where people can pull it together.
Clayton, the reason why I be making that face is because it's just like, bro, we seen this before.
With who? Boston?
Yeah, they always gonna make them a little run.
Hey,
yeah, but it's about the thing is it's about when you make a run, right? So that's what I said. That's why I said
it together a little bit. They started.
That's why I said what I said about Atlanta, right? I said Atlanta got to show me.
I see it.
No, that's why I said what I said about Atlanta. Atlanta makes the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Everybody's putting them top of the Eastern Conference. They're going to be back. They're going to do this. They're going to be... No, you have to show me that you can do that again. Just like, guess what? Next season, if we stay where we're at, guess what the Bulls got to do? They got to show me that they can do that again. Wherever we get to, you got to, like, I've seen that where you get hot. They fired their coach. Nate McMillan came in, absolutely set a fire under them. All of a sudden, these boys start playing great. They go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got to run. And guess what? They ran into a team that had more talent.
They got, Terry, that's a good one. They got wins over teams that we don't. When I look back at Boston, I was like, hey, dog. As much hate as I give them, and I was on the train of, you got to split this tandem up. Now they on the run. Jalen's going to come back, and it's like, I don't want to see them in the playoffs. Like if I'm the Bulls, Jaylen Brown could absolutely stick DeMar.
Yeah,
he can stick DeMar.
Jaylen Brown can stick DeMar.
I'm not.
Now the difference is, does it matter? Like like when I say he can stick DeMar. He's going, like, DeMar's not going to make a move that Jaylen Brown can't keep up with. The question comes in,
not
does
gonna
it
make a
matter?
move that Jason Tatum can't keep up with.
I feel like they definitely offset each other because Marcus Smart is definitely gonna be on Lonzo. Grant Williams is no slouch defensively. Robert Williams is good. Jason Tatum, when he locked in defensively, I'll give him credit, and he's fully there.
Yeah, but Jason,
that man,
we done
that
mentioned
man
everybody but the bucket that they got just sitting there on the bench too.
What you mean?
Dennis.
Yeah. No, Dennis ain't there no more.
Dennis ain't there no more. Dennis is in Houston.
No, Dennis not there no more.
You right.
Hey,
they
fam.
got
by the way,
White. They got
I get Daniel Tice getting the bag,
and,
but
and Daniel Tice.
Hey, they not even using them.
They got to work him back into the offense.
Bro,
Yeah,
I get
Daniel. He was in the game.
Let me see. Daniel Tice is playing a solid 5. Hold on. What he played the last game? He getting a little bit more minutes now. He had 12 minutes, 15 minutes. But bro, talk about dog.
Tice can offset Tristan.
Hey, listen, talk about getting the bag, but absolutely just being worked out of every system you've gone into. What he signed for? 80 mil? He got like 88 over 4 or something like that.
It was way less than that.
Was it? I thought it was like 80 something mil. What's Tice's contract?
I'm looking it up now. No, Tice's contract was like 60 over 3.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Money still work out similar.
I mean, he didn't get star money.
Oh no, we horribly wrong.
It's like 40.
That man got 35 over 4. All right.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's chump change.
That's
chump change.
That's chump change to other stars. I definitely take 35 over 4. Hey, listen, I take 35 over 4. Come baby, won't you come my way?
Let me tell you something. We will take 20 over 4 and find a way to make this show the best show in the world. Hey,
20 million over 4, $5 million a year. You
with
think
money behind
the best show with $5 million a year? Please,
fam. With $5 million, we could put $1 million into the show, and we're gonna be the best show on the net. We could put not $1 million a year. We could put $1 million for 1 year into this show, and we're gonna be the best show on the net, dog. Stop playing with your boy, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I know how we coming, man. We coming with that Chicago energy. We talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. Let's do it. $1 million. Fam, you realize $1 million? If we put $1 million into the show,
wild.
That would be.
Hey, y'all, listen. You know what it is though? If you all who like, share, and subscribe our page really want to see that happen, it don't take many of you all to actually start getting that buzz going. A big enough buzz online. A big enough buzz online.
At 13K, giving away this Ayo Dosunmu jersey.
Plug on the giveaway. At 13K online.
What's behind door number 1?
If 1,000 people start really like once a day tagging the right people at NBC and stuff like that, those conversations can start happening.
Oh yeah, they already happen.
So how much y'all want to see it? That's the question.
Yeah. I love it. Y'all know we're not gonna forget y'all, man. Where Jay Crit at? What's going on?
How we gonna forget y'all? We can't forget y'all. Y'all the reason we're here.
Hey, we can't forget y'all. We see y'all every day. The chat. You know what I love about this show? That the chat is as much a part of the show as it is. Like, I really do love that we be just having back and forth conversation with the mugs in here while doing a full production show. Like, this is dope to me, dog.
And there be conversations about nothing sometimes.
Sometimes it don't matter. As we're coming down the final stretch here, wanted to ask you guys this, right? Because we heard this come out and kind of talking about, like, you know, we've had the conversation about Trey Young. We've had the conversation about where Ja Morant is now. If the game was called, and this is Rick Barry earlier came out and said, you call travels, you call all of these carries the way that they're supposed to be called, how many stars do you have?
Oof.
And I instantly thought to bring that to the show with the question, where are a lot of these guys at if they called the game the way that it was called in the 90s? Because I believe the 90s, maybe early 2000s, well, I can't even go that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably up to what, 10?
AI had to change one of his primary crossovers because of the way they call it.
I'll say
Yeah, they
at
kind of let that fly
minimum
for a
you
long
got
time.
about.
they let AI crossover that was absolutely a carry fly for a long time. Man, that man used to. It'd be like, wait a minute.
But his hand was always on top of it.
I'll say 5 or 6.
Shoot. That one where he got Jordan, that man hand was.
Hey,
It's not a carry as long as your hand is above the ball.
It counted.
It counted. Yeah, it counts. No, but how many stars are in the NBA if the game is officiated the way that for most of our life it was? We've really seen these last couple of years when you saw a sort of a force to get more offense into the game, where now you're seeing, I mean, listen, every night, I don't care what you say, James Harden's step back is a travel. Now, is James exploiting the rule? Yes, but it's absolutely
70-30.
There we go. We about to
70-30.
spend 20 minutes on this alone.
No, I can't. I have a work call to jump on. But it's 70-30. So he absolutely has some moments where when he initiates that step back on the right side, left side of the court, it's not a travel. On the right side of the court, he takes an extra step. We can debate about it if you want to, but guess what? I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how it's legal because I absolutely was going to put that in my game, and I'm absolutely putting it in my game.
Oh, it's going in the game.
It's going in the
bag. I'm
bag.
trying to figure it out myself.
It's in the bag. Don't worry about it. But again, I
got a question real quick. If you're putting that into your game, why do you tell people that you're putting it in your game instead of you?
Because you can't stop. You couldn't stop me before. You ain't
couldn't
gonna stop me now.
It's the thing. This is why.
See,
like James,
I gotta see footage of Kid Hoop though.
Kid can hoop. I've seen Kid hoop. I've seen Kid hoop. I played against Kid.
I appreciate it, bro.
But if you think about this, right? Give Allen Iverson an extra step to shoot. Give Michael Jordan an extra step to shoot or to get to the basket, or he gets an extra step to pick. How far could Michael Jordan jump if he had an extra step to pick the ball up and just go to the bucket?
Hey, forget all that. Just make AI 6'6".
Keep the conversation going, fellas.
Absolutely.
Make AI 6'6".
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about with games that are actually, already in play, regular size guys. When you add that into the game, when you add how people travel, when you add how many times the jump into is now a foul for so many people. You know what I'm saying? Even DeMar gets the benefit of the jump into. Listen, I don't care. Kid made the best point of all. You can't tell me Michael Jordan wouldn't be one of the greatest players times 100 in today's game with the way DeMar's cooking mugs.
No, and
using
but you know what though? That's the thing. Like, you get Jordan the extra step. I mean, you get AI the extra step. I mean, AI is known for averaging 27 in the regular season and 30 in the playoffs, bro. Like, like, you give him the extra step. It is, if you put just those two in today's game.
Shout out to you, Chicago Sports Talk.
If you put those two just in today's game, these mugs is averaging 30, 36, 37. Easy. And then especially with the way that the rules is, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike averages a trip. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike averages a triple-double. Almost. Because
I get AK's point here, right? He says no calls is partly because we're not driving to the hoop, taking mostly jumpers. We need to be more aggressive downhill to force the ball, force them to blow the whistle. I think he's talking about the Bulls. I thought he was talking about something else on that one. My bad. But no, He might be a little bit behind.
I know.
That's all good. But to me, like I look at the change of how the game is officiated and how much these guys took off, right? Because James Harden was in the league before the change came. James Harden was in an NBA Finals before the change came.
Hey, he was hooping.
He was hooping. But what was
it? Out of year.
But what was he? 2022?
Bro,
22, 23?
That team is like the biggest what if in the NBA history.
All
that much was 22, 23.
No, I'm saying what was his points average?
He was averaging like 16. 16. 17.
What we got here? Career. Bow. OKC last year. His last year in OKC, 2012, he averaged 16 points a game on 31 minutes per game. His first year in Houston, which he was traded mid-season, 4 games into the season, he averaged 25 points a game.
Hey, the first 2 games, he dropped 50 and 45.
Now, listen, I'm not great at math, but you can't tell me that 7 more minutes equals 10 more points. In 31 minutes, he averaged 16. In 7 more minutes, you telling me he averages 10 more points? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
get you.
I see where the game changed with it. And I'm not gonna say I don't think that it's a more fun game to watch. Let's be real. Like you gotta think about even the Derrick Rose games were ending 80-75. You know what I'm saying? We hey, listen, there were dudes scoring in the 60s in some of these games. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's a more fun game to watch. It really is. Even I think right now what we have, this version right now that we have of basketball is a more fun game to watch. Because it's not ticky-tack calls. It's not, oh my God, he's at the free throw line. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a perfect mix of we need the aggression, but we also need the offense, but we also need a defensive team that can, like the Miamis and them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a good mix of all.
I think the biggest thing is that nowadays you have a team, like, I feel like back then there was a lot of, we're gonna start with we're gonna start with defense. It was hella defensive teams back then, and you had the two guards, you had the 2 stars.
Yeah.
But now it's just like you have a team for everything. You want the flash. You want the team that shoot threes.
Yeah.
Atlanta and the Warriors. You want the team that's flashy. I give the Hornets and possibly the Pelicans when Zion is in there. You want your mid-range team, I give the Suns or the Bulls. Like it's a team, like it's legit a team for every play style.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick Barry is just that old head that's like, I mean, the game's okay, but I just like it when we was doing this back in the day. And to be honest, they paved the way for what it is now. And right now, I mean, if we being honest, when Bron retires, the game's in a great state. I'm not tripping off that. Like the game is in a great state. I don't think he's right. I don't think he's right. That's just my take.
Well, I think Rick Barry's point is more so, are these athletes the superstars that they are if it's not called that way, right? So is Steph Curry getting the space on these shots if he can't take that step back or he can't get that extra step? Is James Harden that way? Is Ja Morant that way. Now Ja a little different. Ja attacks the bucket a lot more, but you know what I'm saying? Like guys like that, guys who take that extra step. It's Trey Young without the half step extra. Without the half step for him to gather to make a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That half step with the best athletes in the world or the best athletes of all time matters. Give Magic an extra half step to make a decision on a pass. You know what I'm saying? Give Larry Bird an extra half step. Give like that.
Oh,
Those things,
bro.
those
If
things do
even
play
if you
into
go let Larry or Reggie over here, prime,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like
Bro,
those
them
to
mugs
me
is averaging 30 off jump shots alone.
is and it's not to say these guys wouldn't still be great, but we're talking about James Harden going down as one of the greatest shooting guards of all time. James Harden could finish his career as a top 5 shooting guard, especially if he ends up getting a ring.
Where's top 5 shooting guard right
He's
now?
5. He's 5. Come on now.
Okay.
He's 5. He's not. And listen. He's not in there. So for some people, he's already there.
Hey, bro, that mug be like, nah.
For some people,
some
he's
mugs
3.
definitely put that mug like 3.
Yes, for some people, he's 3. For some people, he's absolutely above D Wade.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
And to me, mine, I go Jordan, Kobe. I'm gonna go Wade because I got the opportunity to see Wade, but Jerry West, if I got the opportunity to see him, probably would be 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna go Wade. I'll go Wade 3. I'm going Jerry West 4. Oh, no, I'm tweaking. I'm going Wade. Yeah, I'm going Wade 3, Jerry West 4, AI 5.
See, I'm going. See, I got Michael, Wade, Ivo, and Jerry West.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I got Ivo over Jerry is because I've seen Ivo play.
Right. I'm not mad at you.
That was my favorite player.
Only reason I got Jerry over Ivo was because one, Jerry wouldn't, when you see Jerry, he was doing ridiculous stuff. But I look at the fact that he went to 9 finals.
Yeah, like I'm not that's
one for 9. Like Die Hard came in, Die Hard Cub 1. He said, I know it's off topic, but are you guys not doing the morning show anymore? No. So I don't know if everybody in here knows. I'm sure a lot of you guys do, but we do this show now from 11 to 1 because it was early. So we feel like we can give y'all better content here. Give y'all better, more alert content and hit y'all with more of a jam-packed show, man. So if you guys can't stick around and listen, this will be on podcast form later on all DSPs, and you can also listen live over on the Contender at the Contender where you hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing that love, man. Before we get into this last topic as well, dog. Big shout out to Matt Peck and everybody over at I don't know what they call it, CHGO Sports. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
I wasn't
should go or are we doing a all in one? I get what they're doing in Chicago, clearly, but CHGO Sports, shout out to all the people over there, man. Matt Peck, Big Dave, Olin Kreutz is over there. They absolutely moving up. I love seeing Chicago sports grow into what it's becoming. I love seeing Chicago sports growing and people building networks off of it. It's absolutely a goal of ours to do similar things. Because they made that move, they said something in the last show yesterday, right? On Locked On Bulls, Matt Peck said something, and it's something that is going to stick with me. He said, Lawrence Holmes said it. He said, you lift as you climb. As you move up, you put somebody else in a position to be great. And I appreciate y'all for allowing me to be put into that position and move up. And I am so proud to see guys that are in the industry that I'm cool with, that I rock with, that I have conversations with, move up and move on into their next big endeavor. So shout out to CHGO Sports, man. Y'all go over there and subscribe to them as well, man. Show them some love. They're growing quick. They are at 8,000 subscribers. Yeah, 8,000 subscribers already.
Yeah.
They are growing quick. Shout out to them, man. Appreciate all the love that you guys have shown, man, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling as well. You know, this is the thing, right? I feel like in Chicago, y'all know me talking about this. We view everybody as comp. It's not comp. It's enough places for all of us to talk sporks.
I just don't understand. Well, if you're not doing this, we gotta go here.
Hey, look, they got big love for me over there. They got big love for me over there, man, because the guys that are in that spot put me in a position to take the next step to help my family and help my brothers here, man. So the shout out to them, man. Shout out to everybody over at CHGO Sports, man. Big love. You know what I'm saying? If we could work out a little distribution deal at some point, man, you know, we can get in on that. You know, maybe let us get in the studio first. But you know, let's get into this last topic, man, before we get up out of here. We got about 20 minutes to go. Let's not do it like last time. We just completely forgot that there was a stopping.
Hey, because kid came in talking about death, and I was
kid came in talking about Trubisky heavy. Now I don't know if any new news has dropped, or if anybody's seen anything. Actually, knowing Baki, he probably would have tweeted it to us. So I don't know if any new news has dropped, but doesn't look. Oh, maybe we do got something. Oh no, Baki was replying to me. Cowboys are likely to release Amari Cooper.
Cool.
Oh, dog, having him here and being able to say that, I'd rock with that. I feel like this is a non-starter, if we're being real. Like, I don't think this has a shot of happening, but you're going into this offseason looking for a number one wide receiver. Should the Chicago Bears be in on Amari Cooper?
Yep. What was it? I just read it this morning. I think it was like 68 receptions, 865 yards, 13 yards to catch, 8 touchdowns. The thing I can't figure out is
what brought on the regression from Coop though. Like I feel like, you know, you look at the numbers, you look back at the numbers, it sounds great, but there was absolutely a regression from Coop.
I'm gonna say this though, and this is where the regression came in. They didn't know Tony Pollard was gonna be like this. Like he played 15 games.
Yeah.
He played 15. He played 15 games.
Not a health issue for Coop for me at all.
It's not a health issue. They absolutely didn't know Tony Pollard was gonna be like this. And CeeDee Lamb absolutely stepped up. My issue is because if you go to Josina Anderson's Twitter, she tweeted it and basically said essentially you know, this is gonna come down to the cap. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I understand that because they paid legitimately everybody on their O-line is getting a stupid bag. You got that. But the one person I can't figure out, if they was talking about cutting somebody because of cap reasons, why are you not cutting Zeke instead of Amari? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's the first thing I thought. The first thing I thought when I seen
that. Why aren't you cutting the doggone running back?
You have Tony Pollard already.
Why?
No. And this is the crazy part. We're not joking about this. It's 2 offensive lines. You can put your mama behind and she can run behind now. And that's the Colts and the Cowboys. You can put anybody behind there and they can run the ball. Why are you not cutting Zeke?
Boy, Zeke would have been out of there so fast. I mean, Zeke would have never got no money from me. at all. But the question comes in, right? It's still the same thing, right? You still have that same question. Can you make it work with hey, that's not facts at all, Damien. He said Amari is going to want a lot of money. Plus, he has not been the same Amari Cooper that we've seen with the Raiders. Cooper is overrated. You're right. He's better. He's absolutely better. Here's the biggest thing for me, though. You have to find Justin a number one, right? You have to find him that guy that he can go out there and work with consistently. That safety blanket. That's what Ryan Poles was talking about. Getting Justin Fields that safety blanket. You have to find that guy, put him in the room, and give him the opportunity to be successful for or be the piece that helps Justin Fields to be successful, right? I still don't prioritize that over offensive line, over left tackle. But now the question mark comes in. Are you going to find that left tackle on the market that's guaranteed to work with this team? Right? If you do, great. Love it. I'd rather have you have a left tackle in the building. 110%. I would rather have them have a left tackle in the building than Amari Cooper. But I know Amari Cooper can catch the ball. I know Amari Cooper can play. I know what Amari Cooper brings to the table. Do I know what the potential left tackle that the Bears could bring in brings to the table? Do I know? And here's the thing, right? What's harder to find in the draft? Are you going to find at 39? Are the Bears really trading up again? Are you going to find somebody in the draft at 39 that's going to fit what you're trying to do here? Or are you going to be able to find multiple wide receivers at 39 that can get the job done? Those are the questions you got to ask when you're looking at how you're attacking free agency. Those are the questions that you have to ask when you're talking about bringing in possibly an Amari Cooper. Coop could work with this team. Still have question marks on the regression. Still have question marks on why he ended up not being as good. You said Tony Pollard. To me, okay. Like I feel like
Tony Pollard and CD Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb absolutely turns him into a number two. But then, okay, is he if CeeDee Lamb is able to turn him into a number two, is he a number one, or was he a glorified number one until you got a legitimate number one in there?
I mean, I believe if the question is he still a number one? I believe so.
How old is he? 30?
It was just the offense.
How old is Amari Cooper? 30?
29?
If he's that young, it's there. Amari Cooper. That's crazy. They're gonna release Amari Cooper. You know something's gonna come out too. So here's your difference, right? Season before, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, 92 receptions. Now, you didn't have Dak Prescott that season as well. Season before that, 79 receptions, 15 yards a carry, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Last season, 865, 8 touchdowns, 12 yards a carry, 68 receptions. And it's because Amari Cooper came in there. Or because CeeDee Lamb gets in there. Is the juice worth the squeeze on him? I think he's still got some good years left.
Hey, bro, I
27 years old for Amari Cooper.
I would do it. Don't sleep.
Do you prioritize it over finding your a possible left tackle, though? You know what I'm saying?
Now, if a better left tackle comes up, because real quick, and I do gotta say this. Y'all mugs is telling me to check out all these receivers that y'all was talking about. Von Bell, all that other stuff. These mugs is out here running 4.6s.
Hey, bro, forget that. Did you see who was my man? Was that Von Bell? He's like 327 pounds.
No, that was Neil. That was the tackle.
Bro, do you know Vince Wilfork weighed 327 pounds?
Yeah, nah. Nah, and he looked like
Bro,
that.
what is that?
Man, what is he eating? What does he eat? But nah,
What
I
is
think
that?
it was Bill, and some other dude. Bro.
That man was 327 of muscle, dog. What is that? I was
These
concerned.
mugs is out here running 4.6s.
Yeah.
With horrible verticals, and you talking about something. Well, I'm not going to do workouts. I'm going to wait for the pro day.
Bro, I was so concerned, dog.
And this, you talking about these dudes?
Yeah. But the question comes in, can you get a guy like that at 39?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Because
that guy's not gonna fall that far.
The top dudes is Drake London. The dude that ran the 4.1 yesterday. Which again, seeing Josina Anderson break it down and Ian Rappaport, the 40 matters because it tells you about separation, body movement, and all that.
Yeah.
Those is essentially gonna be the top two the top two wideouts taken. It's not that much. Oh yeah, and maybe George Pickens.
I just want Chris Olave to fall.
Maybe George
Keep falling, baby.
Chris Olave ain't falling that far.
Keep falling, baby.
I saw the tweet you put yesterday. That mess was funny though.
Hey, dog, you're fan because dog, you gotta tell OSU fans. It's like fam, because one of the Bears dudes I follow on Twitter, he was like 4.26. That's not even that impressive. I've seen better. He definitely shouldn't go before 39. And OSU fans was retweeting this mug, just like, look at this idiot, how dumb he is. Oh my God, you're so stupid. What a moron. And I was like, he is joking. Of course he's gonna go above 39. We're trying to kill some draft stock.
Hey, bro,
here.
Clayton, I'm not up on everybody, but y'all put these names in the chat for me to watch them.
Hey,
you feel me? You can't be out running on 4.6 and be like, I can't really trust y'all either, because y'all was the same people that said get Kellen Mond. And Kellen Mond been on the bench.
He hasn't gotten the opportunity to play, though.
Huh?
He hadn't gotten the opportunity to play, though.
What? Get tick?
To get no tick. He ain't got no
tick.
Hey,
bro, that man played in the preseason, bro. I seen 3 drive. Those all I needed to see, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, he's behind Kirk Cousins. Like that spot is solidified. Like,
hey, if anything else, go to Washington. But it's like, dog.
Washington got a rookie behind there too, don't they? They took somebody in that same draft.
Nah, they got somebody from the XFL.
Oh, they got the black dude from the XFL that was on Carolina, don't they?
Yeah, and then the white dude, Taylor Heineke. Yeah.
And Heineke, yeah. Baki, Chris
but
Olave may fall, but not that far.
be
Bro,
that
come
far.
on now. Just let him
I
drop.
I guarantee you Chris Olave go to the Jets.
Yeah, he's not getting out the first round. Chris Olave is not getting out.
I guarantee you Chris
Now, here's
Olave
the thing, right? This is the thing that may throw y'all off. Mugs are talking about this is a weak quarterback draft. This is not going to be a quarterback. There's probably, all I keep hearing on these mock drafts is like, there could be like 4 quarterbacks going in the first round.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Malik Willis, Malik Willis got an arm on him.
Bruh.
Malik Willis got an arm. Y'all asleep.
This is the thing. Willis, no one was talking about quarterback at this. Nobody was talking about quarterback, right? Now all of a sudden there's 4 quarterbacks possibly going in the first round, so that could move stuff around. You know what I mean?
Because Mudge is dumb. Mudge is dumb. It's like
every year we do this. So weak quarterback draft, and then like a Hall of Famer is taken. Yeah, I mean, hey, come on, dog. We got to be better.
You look like a mini Victor Jackson for real. I mean, but Raging, let me tell you the problem about that. He played at Liberty. He was at Liberty. Ain't nobody watching Liberty games like that. I stumbled on Malik Willis because of the highlights. And I don't even think he played.
Gotta watch that game in and game out.
Last year, bro. Like, it's like you gotta come on now.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Kellen Mond highlights didn't look good though.
Bro,
I remember watching them.
He throw like this, bro.
Bro, I remember. No, Kellen
And
Mond
then
throw
he
like
released the ball.
Kellen Mond throw like when you on the yard and a running back
Bro,
is throwing the
legit.
ball.
Hey, the way. Yes.
Hey, dog.
Yes, bro.
Every time I was watching, I was like,
I'll never forget
I was
that,
like,
bro.
he got game, but like, man, it don't look great.
Right before y'all got Justin, we need to get Kellen Mond. I'm like, bro, where's this coming from?
Oh yeah, everybody in the chat. I said, fam, I'm not going to get Kellen Mond because he's also black. Like that be the thing. It's okay. Like, listen, the Bears aren't racist. It's pretty confirmed at this point. Like,
where did he play quarterback? Mississippi State. Okay, what did he do against the
They've never put a black man in a position to be successful. It's like, have you walked down the Bears Hall of Fame, dog? Like,
bro, Baki, man, me and Pat was sitting here like, at minimum,
fam, Justin Fields was the only. He was the only quarterback. I literally was just like, dog.
Hey,
what is that?
I'm like,
fam, because Justin, you know what it was? Because all of the quarterbacks, it was two quarterbacks, right? It was him and it was Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask and Justin legitimately floated the ball. So like they would make a pass and it would just be like, and it would go 60 yards. Kellen Mond looked like he was like, here we go.
Exactly. I'm like,
so like there was a lot of them and we're gonna be doing that again this year, man. You know, y'all know I love doing I haven't watched any of these dudes draft breakdown where I give my terrible picks.
I haven't watched any of these dudes, but
haven't watched none of these. Ringo here, so fam. The only reason I was watching, the only reason I knew Justin, the only game I watched of him was the national championship. Not the national championship, the game to get to the national championship. I did watch the national championship as well, but he got dog walked. But the only game I watched of him was the game versus Trevor Lawrence. Fam, I don't know. I don't even know a quarterback's name this year.
Bro, it's Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett. What I just seen another name.
I'm about to become a Jacksonville
Christian Watson. I mean, it's
I'm about to become a Jackson State fan so I can know some players. I'm still not gonna know anybody else around college, but I'm about to become a Jackson State fan.
It's dudes in here. You know, Kenny. I like Kenny Pickett, but the reason why I can't trust him, he wear two gloves, bro. The man wear two gloves when he throw the ball.
What's wrong with your hands?
Hey,
what's wrong with your hands?
It's them types of mugs I don't trust in football, and it be the high sock dudes in basketball.
The high sock dudes in basketball. The sock come up to here, dog. No. You're like, where you wearing that to?
Why your socks is high?
Why your socks so high, dog? Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. Be on the lookout for the draft breakdowns. We are going to start dropping them, dog, especially because we're getting close to the draft time. Dog, I'm telling you, it's going to be hilarious this year because I legitimately, like, at least I knew who Justin Fields, I knew who Trevor Lawrence was.
Hey,
who
bro.
else did I know last year that came out? Who's some rookies? I knew who Michael Parsons was. I'm trying to remember.
You knew what? You knew who Smitty was, though.
Knew Smitty was. Knew who Najee Harris was. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I knew some of these.
You was decent last year.
I knew some of these. Hey, not a name. No clue. I know Chris Olave because Justin talk about him. No clue about none of these dudes, man. So that's gonna be funny to watch, man. We'll be back next week with the daily show, the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk live daily. We'll be back with that next week, Monday 11 to 1. Make sure you tell your friends. We will be live for Bulls live call tonight as well.
Yes, sir.
Bulls taking on the Bucks. We need a dub, boys. Let's get this dub. Come on, let's have a day, boys. And then we'll also be live for Bulls post game. And we also, do we have anything? That's it for the weekend, right? Oh, and we'll be back for lock. I'll be on the first official Pat the Designer, Hayes. Who gets top billing on that? Probably him. He's the host. Hayes, Pat the Designer, top first episode of Locked On Bulls. Monday, so be on the lookout for that as well.
What time is that?
I'm gonna have to find out from Hayes, but it's not live. I think we pre-recorded it.
Oh,
No, it's not
okay.
live.
'Cause
It's
I'm
not
like, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss it.
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna be pre-recording all of them, man. But appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer, joined by the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don.
Yes, sir.
Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.